Charles to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield, the second-year quarterback from Oklahoma, will pilot this offense as the Browns get set for their first drive. First down, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. And that's off the mark, incomplete. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now the young man was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. A nice completion there by Joe Flacco, who's probably going to miss being able to play Cleveland twice a year. Gosh, in his 11 seasons as a starter in Baltimore, he was 17-3 against the Cleveland Browns, and now he'll try to get a victory in a Bronco. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety, Morgan Burnett, that time gets home for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved that they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Coming to you, coming to you. Check it back, check it back.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A toss play to Chubb. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run with Chubb, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Seibert's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 65 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. And Gibbs got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. This is Royce Freeman, 2nd-year man from Oregon. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead is now 10-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. After after the touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play.
And it's 3rd down.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot, thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.